Welcome to Everton News Daily. It is Monday the 13th of June 2016 and Everton Football Club don't have a manager still. Koeman is back from his holidays. He's had to put down the beers. He's back. We believe he's talked to Everton face to face and hopefully something will be getting done in the next 48 hours. We're led to believe, hopefully, that's what we've been saying for a week. Let's hope it gets done so we can move on with signings and such forth. Talking about signings, we were linked with three rather good goalkeepers over the weekend. Joe Hart, Fraser Forster and Kasper Schmeichel. Now, whether you think those goalkeepers are realistic targets, let us know in the comments. I mean, for different reasons, they all seem slightly unrealistic. Kasper Schmeichel's just won the Premier League and we're going in the Champions League. Fraser Forster has just signed a new contract at Southampton. I believe it's quite a long-term contract as well. So you think he's tied down. Joe Hart, obviously playing for Manchester City, England's number one as well. He's going to be getting looked after quite well there as well. So would he really want to trade that in for Everton? I don't know. He's going to have I think he's going to have a fight for his place this season with Stegen joining Manchester City. So we'll wait and see on that one. Who would you like Everton to sign? What kind of goalkeeper? One of the top names, or have you got other names for up-and-coming goalkeepers? Or well, Joe Robles, does he deserve his chance, or is he simply not good enough for Everton Football Club? Tell us in the comments who do you want, and how much of that 100 million that we're getting told about would you like to be spent on a goalkeeper? I mean, how important is that position, you know, for you? I think we've seen last season that it is quite important that we get a top-class goalkeeper in at the club, because that's certainly been a position that we've been lacking in for the last few seasons. Another player that's been linked with the club is Christian Tello, the Barcelona winger who was on loan at Fiorentina last season. I think he had 2 goals and 4 assists in the 15 games he played. They did have an option to buy him for 4.75 million, but speculation is that Everton and Stoke have been in contact with him. Obviously Stoke, ex-Barcelona, makes perfect sense. We'll wait and see on that one. Obviously, it's hard to say at the moment because there's no manager in place, but obviously we've seen last week with players getting new contract, players being released, that you'd like to feel that decisions are being made because, you know, the obvious, there is a manager in place and is making decisions. Euro 2016 has started. Not much from an Everton point of view so far. Seamus Coleman and James McCarthy have started for Ireland, but obviously no Barkley, no John Stones for England against Russia, and Tashiri for Switzerland was an unused sub as well. So we'll wait and see if there's more Everton involvement. Obviously expect Romelu Lukaku to play for Belgium. If you're watching this video after that game, then he might have already scored that hat-trick and you're all singing and dancing because the value's just gone up. Two ex-Everton players, Mustafi, I've got Mashiri on the brain. Mustafi for Germany obviously scored his first goal, and Eric Dyer scored for England as well. Obviously 2 ex-Everton players that fans are getting a little bit upset by the fact that they're ex-Everton players. But obviously both players were released around 2012 by David Moyes, very much for different reasons. Eric Dyer was on loan at Everton from Sporting Lisbon. He was part owned by a management company as well that made the contract very convoluted. Everton at the time didn't have much money. Mustafi, I think, came to the end of his contract, and I don't think David Moyes felt like there was a pathway for both players at the time. I think both players, certainly Mustafi, felt like he had to go away and rebuild his career. He went to Serie B, Sampdoria, and had plenty of time to rebuild it, and obviously was at Sampdoria and then Valencia and has rebuilt his career really well. I'm not sure he would have got a chance to get through into the Everton team at the time, considering how much stock David Moyes put in his centre-backs. Who knows how that would have changed when Roberto Martinez come in, if both players at the club. Maybe then they would have got a chance. But listen, it didn't happen. They went away. We may never have got John Stones in that case, which you may say is not a good thing, may say it's a bad thing. I don't know. Tell us what you think in the comments about those 2 players. We'll never know. We'll never know, will we? Obviously, the manager is yet to happen. Next 48 hours, we're being told. Hopefully it gets done. We've got videos on standby, ready to go out. They've been there for weeks, months. So tell us, are you going mad about the whole situation? Is it becoming fully Everton, the manager situation? Tell us what you think in the comments. And we'll speak to you tomorrow on the Everton News Daily.